You guys are coming in this year. You kind of maybe have a little bit of a target on your back. So how have you preparing for that, and how do you think the kids feel about that?
Well, we've worked really hard. Kids have really embraced everything we've done in the off season, um, and we don't necessarily see it as a target. We see it as that we are going off with a lot of unfinished business. Kids have bought into that. They've worked harder than I've ever seen a group work this summer. All of our off-season activities have been off the charts for us. So it's just kind of been a mantra that we keep our horns down and our eyes up, and it's worked real well for us this summer.
And with all the kids coming back that you have coming back, do you think that loss at the end of the year there to Central is going to roll over and give them a little chip on their shoulder?
Well, not necessarily Central, but it's just a matter of the fact that we expect more this year. When you look back, Central was an outstanding football team. They went on to win the District 6 title, and they were one play away from playing for the state championship. They were one play from beating Aliquippa, and a lot of us were at that game, and just Central did an amazing job, and they handled the game. It was one interception to a Division I kid was the difference in the football game. So whenever you put that into context, 2 of your 3 losses in the season were to a team that made it to the state semifinals. You've done something pretty well, so we're happy with that. But again, unfinished business, and all the changes that we've had in this offseason, 6 classifications, adding West Shamokin, the Appalachian game, are all things that are really exciting for our football program, and hopefully we'll reap the benefits of things.
Mm-hmm. And let's touch on the Week 10 thing. Looking in, do you think it's going to be good for you guys to go into the Week 10 and play a different team from a different conference and kind of get a little bit prepared for the playoffs?
I think that what that Week 10 game does is not just for us, but for every team in both sides, is that it almost becomes a Week 10 first round of the playoffs, because everybody's going to be playing teams that are going to be relatively comparable to each other in terms of a record. And the way that District 6 does their playoff points, you could have a 6-3 team playing a 6-3 team, and are going to have absolute total control of their own destiny for playoff seeding. Where in the past you've had teams that they're 7-2, and then they scheduled a Week 10 game against a team that didn't have a very successful season. They come in 1-8, and they win the game, and then they're an 8-2 team, and they're on the road in the first round of the playoffs. So this is a fantastic opportunity for the kids, for football, and also basically for that playoff seeding. So you'll get an opportunity to get more power points than you would if you just were out trying to get a random team on your schedule Week 10.
Mm-hmm. And you guys obviously have a lot of talent coming back this year. So have you ever had this much talent coming back into a season?
This is a group that I'd say that in terms of talent-wise, I don't want to compare one group to another. I look at the experience. I think that's a better gauge for us. We've never had 19 of 22 starters coming back like we do this season. Especially defensively, we return everybody, all 11 kids that started, and 3 or 4 other kids that saw significant time. They just weren't labeled as starters, but they played tons of minutes. And on the offensive side, we have 11. So we're really excited because of the fact that we play Week 0. Everyone has 1 week at camp. So from our standpoint, we should be better prepared because of the experience we have with our kids going into that first week, as opposed to someone who's going to be returning, 7 or 8 starters. So that's something, a lot of things are aligned for us this year that help us. So, we're hoping that the hard work pays off, and just take one game at a time and take that approach throughout the whole season.
Right. And for Colin to do his commitment before the season started, he said that was nice. He didn't want to be distracted. He kind of wanted to get that out of the way and focus on Ligonier Valley football. So how do you feel about him doing that before the season?
Well, I think it speaks volumes of him and the entire recruiting process. He's handled it with the utmost maturity, and we couldn't be happier that he can now just focus on his last year of high school football. And with that commitment, I think he's made an outstanding choice. Fits him, fits everything perfect. And let's play and let's enjoy it. And for us, we're going to enjoy having him. Here's a kid who's going to be playing in the Big 12 next season, and we have to sit back and every once in a while just say let's just watch him play, because he doesn't come around very often. So we're really proud of him and the maturity that he's shown throughout the whole process. It's going to help us because that distraction's over. He knows where he's going, and let's just play football.
And then do you feel like it's a little bit more special, like the kids are gelling more since they've all been playing together?
These kids we look back, we have 8 kids that have played varsity football or started here and there since they've been freshmen. This group that we have now as sophomores, they were thrust into, as freshmen, they were thrust into a varsity playoff football game at Richland. Richland went on to win 12 or 13 football games that season. That was the first game, their experience as starters. We started 5 freshmen in that playoff game. Now they're all grown up. Now they're ready to play football, and they've taken their lumps. Despite 9 wins last year, it was still a lot of growing for us. So we should see that maturation process happen this year, and again, we're really excited for it. They've paid their dues, and now it's their time.
All right, Coach, sounds good.
Thanks.
Okay, thanks.